what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Sense of South Jersey with me, Kellen, for another fragrance review. What I wanted to do is kind of focus on a particular style of fragrance for the next couple reviews, this being the first edition of that. It's getting pretty warm out now, especially here in New Jersey. Spring has definitely arrived. Temperatures are increasing, so I wanted to kind of focus on some fresh scents. And recently I've been getting into sport fragrances. So let's talk about what is considered a sport fragrance, what makes a fragrance a sport scent. To me, it is when they take a popular fragrance, or any fragrance for that matter, and just kind of freshen it up a little bit, add a lot of citrus and aquatic notes. Many of these that are out now, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I was able to locate some of my favorite classics that had sport flankers. So anyone that is a fan of this channel is definitely watched my Paco Rabanne Pour Homme review. And I was searching for this scent for a while and finally found a couple good buys and was able to pick it up about 2 months ago. And recently, it's starting to get warmer, so I started to wear it. And wow, it's really incredible. So this is a discontinued fragrance from 1986. It's classified as an aromatic fougere, and it is by Paco Rabanne. It is none other than Sport de Paco Rabanne. So you can take a look at that. Really cool looking box. This is one that I'm really enjoying recently. So what we'll do, as always, I'll talk about the box and bottle presentation, go over a couple of the products that I have to match the scent. We'll go over the notes. I'll talk about its performance on my skin, my overall thoughts, and then we'll give it my rating. So we'll jump right into it here. Just take a look at the box. Really clean looking box. Won't spend a lot of time on this one. There's not much to it. You got the white, the yellow, and the green. It's a Sport de Paco Rabanne. The Paco Rabanne R symbol there. This is a 1.7 liter, so 50 ml bottle. On the top there, you have, it says Eau de Toilette Natural Spray. On the back, you got some brand information. Pretty cool color scheme. The first thing that comes to mind when I see this box is the Lacoste symbol. Lacoste white polo with the alligator. This is very tennis vibe. I get a tennis sport vibe with this, which I think is a very classic 80s look. The white tennis shorts, tennis shoes, white polo, and the green alligator on the Lacoste. That's what this reminds me of, that initial color scheme. That's the first thing that came to my mind, the yellow and the green and the white there. So pretty cool, very 80s looking, very of the era. Again, this is 1986. Unfortunately, it's discontinued. Let's take a look at the bottle. You got a nice frosted glass, very similar looking bottle to, the original Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, but we'll take a look here. See, it's got the frosted glass. You got this kind of like lime green color, and you got a silver built-in sprayer with a green outline there. Nothing on the back, nothing on the bottom, nothing on the sides. You can see a little bit faded here, a little bit of faded lettering. Again, this is probably an older bottle. The distribution on this is pretty good, and wow, really, really fresh. So I actually, because I liked it so much when I got it, the seller had one more, so I bought another one. And this bottle looks exactly the same too. So this way I have at least what would be like a 3.4 ml, or excuse me, ounce bottle. So check these out. They do have a couple other products. There is a deodorant spray, and this is not an aerosol, it's a spritz like that. Really, really fresh. Actually does really well, and usually deodorant sprays don't do that well. They also offer a body wash too. I was able to get that. And this one is a little bit of a different color scheme, kind of a darker green than the other one. And then the last thing that I have, as always, had to get the aftershave, which really, really boosts up the performance. And I found this one at a good buy overseas. So that one came in, and you can take a look at that bottle too. It is a splash, and it's a frosted glass. So the notes right off the bat with this fragrance, you're gonna get an instantaneous burst of citrus. You get citrus, lime, and that's a very sharp opening. Very similar opening to the original Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. If you know that rosemary and sage that comes off right away, that's exactly what this is, except this is with citrus and lime. In the middle, you're going to get a lot of spice notes like juniper, and in the base, you're going to get woody notes. Some of them are oak moss, vetiver for sure, patchouli, and cedar. So it's an interesting sport blend. You really wouldn't think that would have the oak moss or the woody notes in there. You think just kind of citrus and aquatics, excuse me. The performance on this is pretty good for a sport fragrance. I get 6 to 7 hours. It's not beast mode by any means, but it projects pretty well for the first 2 hours. I would say the sillage is pretty good for the first 2 hours, and then the rest of the fragrance life cycle, you're going to get about a 2-foot scent bubble. So that's not bad. It definitely is going to outperform any sport fragrance that is out now for sure, because it's got that 80s vibe. So what I think about this fragrance is it's awesome. It smells so good. It's so fresh. It's so clean. It's definitely a great out of the shower fragrance. Definitely something you wear during the day. Definitely something you can wear when you're being active. It's a good gym scent. Due to its rare, kind of how rare this one is, I don't know if I'd bring this one to the gym. I don't know if I'd want to use it there, but I guess back in the day that was probably what a lot of people would do. But again, I have a lot of fragrances, so I probably could get away with it. This is something you would wear springtime, summertime for sure. It's going to be office safe. You could wear this one to work. It's not going to offend anybody. It's not going to be overwhelming. It is powerful, but in a good way. It's extremely masculine. Age range, I would say, would be about 25 years and up would probably enjoy this. 25 being on the younger side if you're into classics. If not, then maybe you'd see people more in their 30s plus wearing this one. But it's an awesome scent and a great for activity. You can sweat. I've worked out and I've had this on, and it starts to project and kind of the body temperature rising will kind of bring the scent out again, which is really nice, and it's extremely fresh. So I think this is awesome. And again, the tennis vibe really, for whatever reason, is stuck in my head with this one. The opening can be a little sharp. There's a little bit of alcohol scent to it in the beginning. I don't know if that's due to its age. Maybe I lost a little bit of top notes, or maybe that's just how it was. Obviously, getting to this one. Came out in 1986. It's not made anymore. Unfortunately, it was discontinued, and I wish it wasn't, because this is something that anyone who really wanted a fresh summer scent but wants to keep that classic 80s vibe to your fragrances, this is a great one for that too. So I really like it. I think it's a great hot weather fragrance. Really probably wouldn't do well in the cool, maybe fall, winter, maybe early fall is like the latest I would wear this one. Definitely not in the winter time. It wouldn't last probably. And it's nice that it's from Paco Rabanne too, because a lot of fragrances that Paco Rabanne comes out with now, I'm not a huge fan. Really, the only one I love is Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, and then this one. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried Sport de Paco Rabanne, but I wanted to make sure I got this one in for a review too, and because it's going to get warmer out. I'm going to be out maybe some social settings, hopefully, after this COVID-19 thing passes. I hope everyone's being safe too, by the way. But, this one, you could even wear in a social setting. I wouldn't necessarily wear this like going to any type of nightclub or anything like that. But if you're at like a daytime beach bar in the summertime, this would be kind of a cool scent to wear. Again, it's very fresh, and you would absolutely stand out amongst the crowd because no one's going to be wearing this one. And it smells really good, and I've gotten compliments on this one too. So let me know what your thoughts are on Sport de Paco Rabanne. I really like this one. My overall rating for this fragrance, or go presentation, I love it. We're going to give it a 10 out of 10. Performance, I'm going to give a 7 out of 10. Doesn't last as long as the original one. The original one, that soapy smell really kind of carries out. This one doesn't do that, but again, it's a sport fragrance, so I think that for a sport fragrance, it's going to outperform anything that comes out today, but I'm kind of basing it on the performance on Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. But still, pretty solid. 7 out of 10. I get a good 6 to 7 hours on that. I can't complain, especially due to its age, too. And the smell is awesome. It's so fresh. You get the citrus, and then it has the spiciness and the woodiness and the dry down, but the citrus kind of remains in the mix all throughout the while. So it just maintains that freshness to it as well. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So overall, this is going to get an 8.5 out of 10 for me. I love it, and I'm really happy to have it in my collection too. It's definitely a good find. And anyone that has had any experience, please let me know what you think of this fragrance or any other sport fragrance. The next couple reviews I'm going to do are going to be based around some of the sport classic fragrances that I've been able to acquire recently. So, again, thanks so much for watching, guys. Please be safe. See you next time.